All right. What it do, baby? What's happening?
Yo.
What's going down?
What up, though?
Hey, man, this is episode 38 of the Oh Shit Pod. Today, I don't even want to say if me and B the host. Our host is our brother. Y'all, some of y'all know him as KSea. Some of y'all know him as the Freestyle Bully Part 2.
Big Shoshi.
Big Shoshi.
My old name before I'm an engaged man now, so I'll be joining them in the marriage flock. But back in my single days, I used to call me Magnus Mandingo, and
all right,
it was
this is a kid friendly show.
Oh yeah, you're right. My apologies.
Magnus, man.
No, man, we good. So yeah, man. First and foremost, shout out to our boy Jay Jones. He is out celebrating his wedding anniversary with
it's your anniversary.
Congrats,
yes,
my brother. Congrats.
Yeah.
Celebrate,
So,
have fun.
Yeah, him and Misha out, doing their thing. So,
don't come back pregnant.
Hey, he said he was doing his thing this weekend.
Bowtie boys.
Yeah. So
Boogie Woogie Bandit.
We gonna see. Hey, we gonna see, man. I honestly, if I had to put something on it, I give them 3-4 months.
Oh yeah, for
before
sure.
they make that announcement.
For sure.
Yeah, because they was talking a little too,
raunchy.
it's a little too raunchy last
grapeseed
episode.
oil. And...
Yeah, they've been doing some things.
Mm-hmm. Them green juices.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we got KSea in the building, and we just wanted to chop it up. We got some fun stuff we want to talk to him about, but we was just shooting the shit before the show, and he got some stuff going on, and I think it'd be beneficial for some of our listeners just to hear a father's perspective on with his kid.
Well,
Talk to us, man.
I was a teenage father. Started out the gates at 19. And I took everything on my shoulders because, that's how my pops and mom raised me. And so I moved back to Oklahoma heavily in my son's life. Moved back to Houston. He stayed up there. I always had it in my mind to have him down here, like once he gets those teenage years, because he's mixed race, and only I could teach him how to be a black man.
Facts.
But I got him. I was successful, got him down here, but it was a pandemic. Didn't really get the whole school, type of memories and stuff. We just watched The Wood the other, was it yesterday? And so he was watching that and he didn't get the chance to experience.
Bitch won't touch her booty.
Yeah, well, you can't do that now because we practice consent.
Yeah.
You want to actually have consent.
But ask her first.
Yeah. But so yeah, he's gonna be going back to Oklahoma because the dynamic kind of changed with me being engaged and him being a teen now.
So let's start there. And then we can make our way to him going back. So your lovely fiance Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
How did that? So you was on the scene, KSea, Big Shoshi, Magnus Mandingo is what you call yourself.
Yeah,
So how did it go from being, you weren't out there, but being out, single, to finding your lady and then proposing?
Oh wow, I'm sorry, it's
You
family
good,
friend.
man? You good?
She found me like
that, and that's the one thing
I tried to set it up.
Yes, thank you.
She found me because the story she tells is that I curved her, and that wasn't the case. So I can actually just be myself and tell her.
Yeah.
All right, so niggas out here be bullshitting. No lie.
Might be the name of the episode.
People run game or try to finesse it. I was up front. She tried to get at me and I told her I'm fresh out of a relationship. I'm not in the position to waste nobody's time. I'm not emotionally or mentally trying to even go that space because I'm not saying it to where I'm trying to get over this breakup. I was just so fed up that I was like, I don't even want to entertain nothing else. So I didn't even want to like, hey, let's go out and then be, you know, sourpuss or like not even in, like checked in and then it just be, you know, where it's at. So she was in my DMs and she thought I curved her and I told her like, hey, I told her that and she thought it was like bullshit, but I told her like that was the uproot truth. Like I didn't want to be
Was that your fault or guy's fault? Because we do be bullshitting. Like
I think it was niggas' fault because women are not used to someone just actually being as upfront as I was. Cause she like her best friend is gay and cool dude, but when I sent that DM back telling her exactly pretty much what I was saying, she said, like, they read it and was like, oh, he full of shit. And I'm like, no, I was absolutely telling you the truth. Like, that's where my headspace was. I don't want to be entertaining nothing. Like,
do you think it was because as long as I've known you have an outgoing personality, you're the life of the party. Do you think that them seeing you in your element or seeing you via social media, they figure like, man, nah, he just want to do his own thing.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
So. But then she brought that up too. And I told her, I was like, but do you ever see me with people? Like in a setting, outside of a group setting and stuff like that? But do I ever, like when, because I mean, if you followed me, you saw when I was in a relationship, you know when I'm in a relationship. If I'm in a relationship, you're going to know that I'm in a relationship. When I'm not, I'm not. And whenever you saw me, it was either with my son or just me being goofy by myself.
Yeah.
And that was for a reason. I didn't want to be around, like, entertaining, like, messing around. I wasn't out here just, like, either hoe chasing or not just messing around. I was literally by myself because I was done. I was so drained from that shit. I was like, man, no, ill will to the woman. It was just, I was drained. I was like, that was too much. I was tired.
You just need your personal space for a little bit, man.
Get your sanity back.
Fast forwarding to when we went on our first date and we went on our first date, which wasn't even supposed to be a date. She was just like, I talked about tacos and I was like, well, let's just meet up. And we met up. She didn't even wear makeup or nothing like that. She was like literally like in some shorts.
Chilling.
She was chilling. She was like, I was expecting to go back to watch TV. And that impromptu date turned into like 6 hours of just hanging out. And then just ever since then, we just been kicking it. And then we went together because like it was probably like 2 months in or so. And I was outside. We was chilling on a patio. My boy hit me up and I was like, I'm with my lady right now. And then she was like, you didn't tell me that. Like, you didn't say. And then I was like,
will you be my lady?
That's what I was about to ask.
I was like, will you go with me?
I want to know how that is now. Like once you in a, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been so long. I don't know. Like if you start talking to somebody, if you in a relationship or you getting into a relationship, like
do people still go together?
Like do you have to ask? Like, and then are we official? Like you have to have that talk. Like
going back to what I was saying, telling her I wasn't in that headspace. Like I would say, like 3 weeks after us hanging out, we went on a trip to New Orleans. Like my best friend was graduating law school.
Yeah.
I was like, come up to New Orleans with us, like ride with me and my brother and his lady. And she's like, she taken back, like, you trying to do all this now? That's my headspace. Like if I'm invested in something, I'm gonna be investing in it. Like that lets you know when I was telling you that shit, I was not bullshitting you. I was dead serious. I wasn't gonna waste your time. And when we went out there,
she was packing. I know she was turned packing that bag for New Orleans.
Go ahead and put something together in this bag.
Her the best friend. Girl, take that. Take that down.
I know.
Put them sexy panties in there.
I know she was really feeling me because I had got absolutely drunk one night.
Okay. She took it.
It was in the elevator. I got the video still.
Boy,
I was in the elevator and I was like out of the, and then she's just like, and I'm almost falling asleep, standing up. And she like, she said something and I was just like, babe and shit. And then my brother was like, oh my gosh. And then she just smiling and shit.
Y'all look official.
Y'all cute or whatever.
And whatnot. We go together and whatnot.
But yeah. And so fast forward now, we engaged and we move in. So Keelan is like he not taken back, but in a sense, he felt like he was cheating on his mom because.
And Keelan is your son.
And Keelan is my 13-year-old son, and I mean, we had this discussion. He was just like, man, I miss my mom. And like, I miss my dog. I want to be with my friends going into high school. And then he kind of brought up like my friends now, like my best friends are still people that I knew in high school. And so I was like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm a mama's boy. You're a mama's boy. I understand that trait. I ain't never had no dog, so I ain't going to know nothing about that. But in regards to like high school friends or friends that you grew up with, I understand that's very important because like my best friends are still like from high school.
As long as it's good people.
Exactly. And so, but the main thing that I told him was like, going into high school, you need to be like really on your P's and Q's, doing what you need to do. If you're going to get into sports, he wants to play football, put everything into it. Do not be bullshitting, half-assing, none of that stuff. Like, don't half-ass nothing that you do. And, we going to be good. You're going to finish it. And, I'm going to be there the whole step of the way. So, like, even from the distance, we good. Like, don't think, like, I'm going to resent that because you want to go back, because that's not the case. Like, I'm always going to be your dad. Like,
right, absolutely.
You know what it is.
So while you on that, like, because I know I don't have a son, but I can only imagine, like, when my kids get older, when Bryce get older, you want to be in the mix. Like you say, he in high school, he getting ready to start trying sports and football and all that stuff. Like, how do you, I know it's early, but how do you even see yourself navigating that to where
Friday Night Lights? How do you navigate that?
You want to be there for the practice. You're going to be there for everything. Yeah. But in your head, have you already start kind of like thinking about how you going to make that work?
Well, I already had practice because, like I said, when I moved back here, like Oklahoma, if I drive up, it's a 7-hour drive. Now, if I fly, I go Southwest, it's an 1.5-hour flight. So, the money situation is even better, so I can just go fly up. Now, I used to just drive up, and that shit used to be hell, but draining. It was worth it.
Yeah.
But, like, seeing the games and stuff.
You got to pick and choose.
Yeah, that. And then, like, it's a difference, too, because we play sports. We all sports background. So, you want to be for every game, but, if my dad didn't come to every one of my games. You know which games, like, I need to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can plan ahead.
Yeah, and that kind of works in my favor, too. Now, if I was just a dad that never played sports and felt like I had to be there, then the anxiety of not being there the whole time would fuck me up.
Yeah.
But, being a sports, playing sports, college sports and all that stuff, I kind of get the gist of, like, I'm not going to be at every one. I got to trust him to know, like, even though I'm not there, like, I'm still going to be there somewhere. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to find a way to watch the game. And even if she got to be like a la-la where she FaceTime shit, it's going to happen.
Well, it's football working in your favor because you're only playing once a week.
Once a week,
exactly.
Right.
So you can, what I'm saying, you can plan that way better than 2-3 times a week.
Or a tournament that all weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's a blessing in itself. But, nah, man, that's honestly...
It's commendable. Like I said, we have a bunch of great father friends, like that really take care of their kids and are invested in their kids. And
I just punched.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
It's twisted.
And, yeah, there you go.
Look at that
and
I feel like I left.
Nah, you good. You good.
I gotta relight it.
Nah, you good. Smoke that thing, boy. But
I feel like a professional now.
Yeah, but take care of their kids and are truly vested in their kids' lives, and like it's commendable, especially when they get older. Your kids, you're still their parents, but you become more of their friends because now it's more relatable. Like I always tell Bailey, I said, you're always gonna be older than you are younger.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So once your kids get a certain age, y'all actually growing together, and then you experience the same amount of things, and because you don't remember when you were a kid, you don't remember most of the stuff when you were a kid, but like when you get to like high school, you start really remembering things, and that's the times that my dad was more involved. You get what I'm saying? So these are times that you're really gonna cherish, and I know it's gonna work out for the best.
Yeah,
so.
and he getting into shoe stuff too now, we
we
definitely talk about that.
Yeah,
and now like we was watching the Wood. And it was that scene where, you know, he snuck in the house and he got in the Stacy stash and stuff. Paused the movie. Like, look, when it get to that time, I know for a fact you better call me.
And
like,
what did he say?
That he just started laughing. He was like embarrassingly, you know, doing that embarrassed smile.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm dead ass serious, dude. Like, we need to reemphasize some things. You know, we need to talk. Cause you ain't gonna have me no 38-year-old granddad.
Papa.
Right. 38-year-old papa. Hell no. Shit.
But something you said, and actually Bola said too, but knowing the guys that we hang around and the fathers, what's really commendable is even if you're not there for everything, like you can still be there. You can still be invested. And that's one thing we've talked about even off air is just not making excuses. Like, okay, I can't be at this game. That don't mean I can't be in your ear pumping you up before the game. That don't mean I can't be checking on you like, hey, did you ran your drill? You gave it 100%. Like what? You can still be fully invested and not physically be in a place. So I think it's like Bola said, I think it's commendable that the guys that we associate with, that they really trying to be in their kids' lives, whether they're with them all the time or not. And I mean, it take a grown man to do that, to step up to the plate and do that. And there's a lot of guys out here that we hope to get them doing the same things we talking about. But
yeah, I couldn't hang with no dudes that just willingly be out their kids.
Bro,
like,
I really don't know.
I don't know any of them. Like
I don't either.
I
And
don't.
that's on purpose. Like
it might not even be on purpose. It might be your aura. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people you gravitate towards friends, right? And you usually like-minded.
Yeah.
You and your friends are usually like-minded, right? So y'all have something in common. And and hopefully it's the good things y'all have in common. So
you don't want to, man, after having kids, man, and we've talked, I really don't see how you could have a child, know that that's your child, look at that child, and turn your back in any way, shape, or form. Like the bond be so crucial. Yeah. Like, especially if you there.
Right.
A lot of guys, they don't have to deal with that because, look, they ain't even showing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not showing up to the birth. They're not showing up to doctor's visits. None of that. So they're not feeling that attachment. But if you even semi-involved in that process,
not being there as hell.
Man, I don't see how you could do it, man. Like, I really don't. So it really is, like, it's not just talk. It's commendable for the guys that's really stepping up to the plate and doing that. So
it's God hidden.
Yeah, it is. That's that
what we smoking on?
That's that Perdomo Habano.
Yes, sir.
Guest selection. KSea brought these bad boys.
What's that Wayne say on that freestyle? What made me think of it to do it? We were like, Cubano. I knew that was your joint. I was like, let me grab that joint.
We got to run that for the B-rock. But nah, look, what we really wanted to talk about, man, and you kind of led into it. Brittany hit you up, right? So she hit you up trying to see what's up, and you know she got at you. So what's hot in the streets right now? What's the big topic is these women who are proposing to the men.
Oh hell no!
So let's set the table. Let's set the table. Since you the newest, you the newly engaged brother. Let's set the table, okay?
I'm about to join the fraternity.
Let's just talk about what KB did you dropped in the group chat that day. What was the first thing I said? He dropped. Okay, so there was a video floating around the internet of a lady proposing to her man.
Yeah,
recently.
It wasn't in the park or something.
Yeah. So KB dropped that in the group message, and I think I was the first one to reply. Quick. As soon as I seen it, I replied quick as hell. Embarrassing. And period. And just put my phone down and walked away. Look,
okay. If Brittany would
but see, hold on. I'm gonna just set the table like this because look.
Come on, man. I wish.
All right, so look. Brittany, KSea's fiance.
Oh my God.
If you don't know, Brittany if you were to follow her on social media, you know that she does a thing. She a boss. So KSea looked up. You know what I'm saying?
he outkicked his coverage. Let's just be my man outkicked his coverage.
Yeah. So
Agnes Mandingo. The real.
Yeah. So you talking about a lady who is established. She got her own thing going. She is independent. She is smart, intelligent, and she got a lot of stuff going for her. So
damn, like I ain't got shit.
No.
No, you got waves.
Yeah, you got.
What you mean? You good? You all right?
You got waves and shoes. You got good hair. He got good hair. Yeah. Hey, he had it on his mind. He said it so quick.
Yeah, don't. You got waves.
You good, fam. You good.
Oh my gosh.
But she got a lot of stuff going, man. So for her to reach out to KSea and try to get at him, you know what I'm saying? For a guy, I'm gonna say this: for a guy, when a girl hit you up, it's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
especially if you already kind of look at that lady as okay, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So for her to reach out, that says a lot. But with all that being said, tables are turned, and she feeling you. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all kicking it. Y'all done went on y'all dates. Y'all done went to New Orleans. And let's just say it's a few months in. Everything is good. And y'all at y'all little dinner with the family, but she done set it up.
She said, come on.
Yeah, she done set it up. And you know what I'm saying? You see the phone start coming out.
And she got a pantsuit on.
With the belt.
Hey. She don't even got her dress on. She got a pantsuit on.
A pantsuit. And she get down on bended knee. We gonna cue that what was that boy's bed?
Down on bended knee.
Hey,
what would happen?
And she get down on bended knee right there in front of your family and hers.
Crease her heel up and everything.
Red bottoms crease.
Look.
Your answer. You standing up.
That what's that Ike Turner meme? Not where I'm gonna like put my hands on, but I'm gonna look at her like that Ike Turner. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you embarrassing yourself.
So
got some of your bed.
Appreciate it, man.
Look at.
I was gonna say that's the oil from
Nah,
that Velvet Noir.
Shout out to the boy, the Velvet Noir. You know what I'm talking about?
Raw.
I got it in too.
Yeah.
But nah, really.
In all seriousness, what would you do?
It would just been it would have been a no. like not so much like to embarrass her or nothing like that. It'd have just been like I would have flipped it to where laughter ensued or something, but I would have made it serious. Like, no, this will happen when I make it happen. It's a lot. Like you brought up, her credentials and everything, and my chipmunk got it going on, like you said. But at the end of the day, some dudes would be, kind of intimidated, to like, hey, like you said, I'll kick your coverage. She out of my league and shit like that. I don't think like that because at the end of the day, her pace probably was faster. I used to run. Like, everybody sprint. I used to run long distance in the track meets. So I know, like, at the end of the day, the finish line gonna be there for 400s, 1600s, whatever. It's still gonna be crossed. Yeah. So I ain't tripping about, what my situation is. It's not worse, but it ain't where she at. But some dudes get taken back. You see it in the movies, like, she make more money than me or this, that, and the third.
I'd be so happy.
And then, like, if she was to get down on her knee, you feel emasculated. I wouldn't feel that way. It's just, I know I'm not allowing you to do that. That's the thing that's where the line would be drawn because I'm getting down on the knee. You're not taking that away from me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And I also think it's like, what indication did I give that you would need to think?
Yeah. Because you know what I read? Because I was doing a little research before. And some females feel like
if they don't ask.
Women.
Yeah, some women feel like, okay, he might be taking too long. Or I saw another thing where it's like he travels a lot and it might not be this is just
It
what
might
I'm
not
saying.
be on
his-
It might not insecurities. And it's like, I don't want to let's say you had some bad past relationships. The female, the woman did. She had some bad relationships in the past. So it's like, I finally met this guy that I really, really care for, and he is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to let this slip. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna take the initiative. And it's like, whew, like I feel the point of view,
That's
but at the
tough.
same time, it's like KSea said, you can't take that part away from me. Like, at the end of the day, man, when it comes to the wedding and all the stuff after the proposal, it's all on you anyway.
Right.
Everything is about you. This is my one little moment.
To put
So
something
don't
together
take
for
that
you.
away from me.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like Butler said, that embarrassing with the period had me crying. It's just
It
embarrassing period.
I mean,
That's
in a sense, because it all falls down to that point right there. Like the wedding, like we doing all this stuff now. I'm just going through the motions. I'm not like I'm involved.
Yeah.
I'm involved, but like she's heavily invested.
Women are
loving
very
it.
detail oriented. I think the only thing
And
we
she's
care
already
about,
detail
Yes.
oriented
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
So imagine something that's big to them. They crossing every T, dotting every I.
everything. Like we talk,
Nothing goes,
like it
We
got to
we
the
care about
point
the music, the food, and the music
That's
and food.
it. That was
pretty
it.
much. And I'll say this, like even now, it got to the point where we're talking about it so much. I had to be like, look, Wednesdays, because we watched that Married at First Sight.
Boy,
I was like, Wednesdays is wedding Wednesdays. We talk about everything from Wednesday when we wake up to when we go to sleep, and then periodically throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah.
But like, I can't
That's how
do it every day. I'm already like, I'll come home from work, working with these kids,
You need
and
that.
I be
You need
spent,
that time.
and I don't want to come home and then just be
Straight
hit
into
with,
it.
with task and
Your
task.
your wedding shouldn't be stressful. It's gonna be stressful
It is.
already,
yeah,
but it shouldn't be. It should be something joyous
yeah.
and some we want to do, not a task that we're trying to prepare for others.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
yes.
And that's what I told her too. I said, I do not want to feel like it's obligated to make this a host event spectacle for everyone else. I was like, if it was up to me, we can go get married like tomorrow. Like I tell her this all the time. We can get married, just getting married. We don't got to do courthouse married or whatever. We
You
can
do something
get
small
married. I was like,
and-
woman, I'm ready to marry you. But at the end of the day, I don't want to feel compelled to like, we got to do this for them. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I love my family, I love my friends, but I'm marrying you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's all I care about.
Sure.
And I want you to be happy for your wedding, but I don't want you, the minute I see that you getting stressed by it or it's just like over compelling, like
Chill out. Take a step
chill
back.
out. That's why I limited to, because she was getting stressed about some details and stuff like that. Wednesdays. Talk to me on Wednesdays. Because when I see you stressed out, that's just gonna make me mad.
That's a real nugget right there, because that's something we didn't do that, but at the same time, Kay was lucky enough to where she could do a lot of stuff at her job. Like she at work.
Because all she do is work from the computer, so she can just put up a tab and
Right.
everything.
So that was good for me. But that's a real live nugget, because if you can, let's put it on the schedule, man. Like we can talk about it a little bit here and there, but I'm fully invested on Wednesday.
Y'all
We gonna talk about it.
Y'all be talking about it like we got stuff on the calendars and shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm starting to get into that, and I hate.
It's gonna get there.
I don't like using the word hate, but I loathe like
Stuff that's
being on a schedule because I
Yeah.
feel like something is bound to mess it up.
because the smallest things sometimes can throw everything
Everything
off,
off.
and it's like
Yeah.
it ain't that serious. Like we just need
And
to
y'all
be
got
there.
multiple kids, and they smaller, so those calendars are definitely beneficial
Yeah.
for y'all.
Nah, that's-
I got a teenager. He say he hungry, and I'm out the house and just go want some chicken nuggets or something. Shit. You know how to
Chicken
cook?
nuggets.
Nah,
Another chicken nugget.
That's
Chicken nugget.
that's huge, man. And okay, little soothing drops. You know what I'm saying?
This is very soothing with the
God
cigar.
said hello.
No, but for me, when I think about that, I'm like, man, I think if I was in that situation, I think I would catch her elbow before she even got to the knee. Like I catch that elbow so fast.
Girl, get up there.
I said, don't do this.
Baby,
don't,
you falling?
Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it because for me, like I wouldn't be able to, like you said, some people might like feel emasculated or feel some type of way. I don't know how I could go through it. I don't know how I could say yes to the tux.
I'll have to run it back.
Yes to the tux.
Yes to the tux.
He said yes.
He
And on
said
the chalkboard.
He said yes to the tux. I got my little bow tie.
Shit. That wedding is that wedding is done from the jump.
Could you imagine me or y'all coming to my wedding knowing that I said yes? Hey, no, I told him in the chat. I
We
said,
had to take out a bachelorette.
I told him in the group. I said, man, you gotta imagine like sticking your finger out for her to put.
Maybe I do.
Come on, man.
Ain't no way you can say that in the hardest
and
way.
if my mama was there, no
Yes.
lie. My mom, like people be like, where did Detroit stuff come from? My dad is from Ben Harbor, Michigan. My mom lived in Detroit. She's from Mississippi, but my mom is a Detroit player. She used to always tell me about like the Detroit stories and all that stuff. If my mom was there, and she did that, man, my mom would whoop my ass. Like from the jump.
You forced her to do this?
That's what it.
Yeah, stuff like that, like questioning me, like, what are you doing? And stuff.
Like I said, it don't fall on. To me, it don't fall on the lady. It fall on the gentleman. Like, how did it come to the point where she would think it's okay?
See, and that nigga probably cheated, or either nigga cheated, or like you said, she just fed up with time. Like, I mean, not to bring up other people, but celebrities kind of get that stature all the time. But like, we all watch VH1, the Jim Jones and what was the lady name? Chrissy. Like, she did that shit too.
Yeah.
And I know that shit was weird because his mom literally hates her. And
probably why she still hate her.
I mean, yeah. And then like, even being in that situation, I felt for her even then, and I wasn't even thinking about like marriage at that point in my life. I was like, man, there's no way in hell I could do that. And if that was to happen to me, no, I'm running. Like,
let's play devil's advocate. Is that the lady putting her pride to the side?
I think it's more insecurity, like just trying to like lock it down. That's one of them. That's one of those lockdown situations where like the girl purposely trap you to getting pregnant, or she put you in a spot where you either got to say yes and not embarrass her, or you say no and then it's flipped on her and everybody hates you.
We all get embarrassed and all.
Yeah, because I wouldn't do that. Like I couldn't do that. But for me, we had went to Tulum, and like soon we got back, I told my pops, I was like, I'm marrying her. Like, I was like,
you knew it.
And then it wasn't even it wasn't even like due process. It was because I had bread, and
I remember
but my pops was just like, look, if you really ready to do it, let's go.
Yeah.
And so we went to the jewelry store. He went to Jared's.
I remember.
He went to Jared's.
I remember when you text me. He's like, "Hey, it's going down, B."
This nigga was like, he was like, oh my God, he was scared. He said, I got the what you say? I got
the nervous boo boo.
The nervous boo boo. I was like, I know she gonna say yes. I mean, she just.
I wasn't worried that she gonna say yeah. I was just nervous because I remember my time.
I'm telling you, I was so on edge the entire process because I'm trying to keep everything secret. I'm the worst at keeping. Like I'm great at keeping secrets. I am the worst at surprises. I do not like surprises. I don't like surprise parties. I don't like giving gifts. Surprise. Like I was gonna try to give I pull up with the cigar. Like I brought these, but soon you text the shit. I was like, but look. I'm not good at
surprise. Look what I got y'all.
Exactly, because I can't hold water on that. Because I just like showing love. So I like trying to hold it in. It's like, man, damn it, it's eating me.
He sound like Matt.
But bro,
ain't Matt holding the water, boy.
No, she like setting that whole shit up. I'm talking about I did not talk. Like I didn't tell a lot of people at all. Like I had close friends like, bro, you didn't say nothing. I was like, it wasn't about you. That's how I flipped it. Cause I was like, it wasn't about you. It was about her. And I ain't want nobody leaking shit. Like you tweeting something, oh man, my boy about to take that leap and she see it and it
I
takes
can't
away.
wait. Big day for my boy.
Right. Like I'm telling you, when
I see KC.
When I did it, like my whole text, like all my partners, this nigga Jersey going in the rafters and this, that. Like I said, I wasn't like I wasn't out there like that. But
they get it.
Nobody thought I was gonna be getting married because I wasn't.
That's just not
I never just put that out there like that. Like I'm gonna be a husband.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been one of these like with a whole life partner.
A life partner.
But
we've
when
been going together for about 25 years.
Yeah,
we still go together.
I think Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are like that.
They never got married?
They never got married. They just been
How
together.
They relationship?
They been together since like the 70s.
What's the name of the daughter?
What's the whole ass Captain America is their son? Did you watch the?
For real?
Yeah, the dude that replaced Captain, the replaced the Captain America. That's their son.
I know they got a daughter. What's her daughter?
Kate
Hudson.
Kate Hudson is their
daughter.
Oh yeah,
they never got married, and so I'm thinking like if that probably mess around and be me. But when we got back from Tulum, I kind of already knew. But then I was just like, man, let me get this. Like I'm ready.
So tell me this: when you keep talking about Tulum, was it a certain moment? Like I remember, and I think I've talked about this.
Ask
but
you first.
Yeah. I think I remember the moment where it was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do this. And it
don't say like that.
No, it's not like that.
They're gonna listen to it together.
What you mean?
I guess I'll go ahead and do this.
No, but it was like, because I still remember my pops and my people from Canada was out here. And they took me to lunch, and it was like
Drake.
Nah, it wasn't Drake. But
it was Baca Not Nice.
Nah, but they sat me down, man. We went to lunch and they was just like, what's the
Cardinal offset?
Cardinal official. We about to get married, your boy.
See, this that Padamo. Habano.
Cubana. This all it.
We no, but it was like the one thing that they said K apart, and it was like, it was how she had me look at things. Like she turned me into like a different way of thinking. Like as far as like being a grown up.
Same
you know
here.
what I'm saying? Like
Same here.
she was telling me stuff that I probably should have already known, but it was like just seeing her take care of different situations and seeing her, she was very independent. So her teaching me stuff that I was late to the game on, it kind of like, man, this is different, because even the chicks I was dating and talking to, it's like, yeah, okay, we vibe, we doing this, but what was setting them apart from, okay, we break up and the next chick I'm talking to, like, you cute, you fine, all that stuff, but what's the extra? And she was giving that extra, like putting me on game to so many different things. And honestly, I don't know, if we didn't meet, I don't know if I would be as grown up as I am now. And I still got a lot of growing to do.
For
but
sure.
at the
All
same
of us.
time, it's like when you getting put on the game as far as like how you handle your finances, how you look at life, what you want to do in the next 5 years. Like when you hear them kind of conversations coming from somebody that we still having fun, we still doing this and that, but you talking to me about stuff in the future, and it's not just right now we having fun. Like it just did something. It just did something for me. And it's like, all right,
yeah.
Like you kind of putting yourself in another lane,
seeing how close they are with their family,
and see how they treat people, man.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
And they looking at us the same way. Like they trying to see how we interact with our friends, how we interact with our family, how you interact with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked to Misha about jumping into a relationship where your significant other already has a child in place. Like, how are they dealing with that?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
And
That's huge.
let me piggyback off that. Allow me to intercept.
Right.
Like in most situations, I mean, speaking of Jay Jones, in that situation, you know, the child is already like small.
Yeah.
Mine's a teenager.
Yeah.
That's a whole different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And then he's a teenage boy. I mean, if it was a girl, I could only imagine that how that would have been.
Nah, you got to be single. John, resident with the teenager. You got to be single and she 18, man. but they not letting nobody get the daddy.
Yeah, but for me,
y'all gonna be our next guest. He got the pod and he gonna record.
No lie though. Yeah, no lie. We
can edit that.
We was looking at her house before like she even closed and everything. Like we was going through it. She was doing the last little, where you look through and all that stuff.
Yeah, the little walkthrough.
Yeah, the walkthrough. And we go in. And it was my first time seeing it, and she was just telling me what she had already planned and stuff like that. And she was just like,
he gonna make me
She was
cry.
like, I see this as Keelan's room. And I was like, holy shit.
Did you say something or did you just
I just kind of
took it in?
I'll have bait when he saw the weed for the first time. I'm like, oh God.
Man. I already know that.
And I was like, let's go christen the crib. Carson. And you want to christen the crib?
It's a walkthrough.
right now.
But now
walkthrough, but we gonna lay down.
Going back to Tulum, it was just like everything that you were saying. Like I'm having fun. I'm doing new experiences. But prior to that, I only been to Cancun for a bachelor party. That was the only time I've been outside the US and shit. And so like I had set that up. Most of the time I wouldn't even care to like set up a trip like that.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean she found the Airbnb and all that stuff, but like tickets and all, we doing all that. And so I'm like that's new experiences and just how we talk and like how we fellowship, how we have fun and just everything. And when we got back, I was like, I never want to experience this with no one else.
And that and like you said, experiences, because I'm gonna add that onto, because we talked about that at the baby shower. And that was one of the biggest things because she took me out of my element. Like she put me on stuff that I would never think to do. Like we thought fun was, okay, we go to Vegas.
Yeah.
We go take a little trip here and there. And it's like, that was fun.
We going to the beach in Miami?
But bruh, she got me, like I told y'all, dinner in the dark, playing with tigers, jumping in the ocean full of sharks.
Like what?
Hopping on an elephant, going into a river.
That shit sounds fun.
You know what I'm saying?
Tigers,
like all these experiences, I would never do the Tigers again.
Closest thing I get to a Tiger, Detroit Tigers.
Boy.
Jersey.
You go to
Tiger Ball.
You go to Louisiana and you pass by that one that said the Tiger again. That's close. I'm
I don't even go to the zoo.
Hey, I'd never do it again. But it was an experience, and this one thing that nobody can ever take away from me. And to know that I experienced that with her, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you've opened me up to a new like look on life. Like it's different, man. Like when you find that person and when they can do that for you, and vice versa. Like she would have to come on and say what I did for her, but I know what she did for me, and this stuff that I could not imagine at the age I'm at now. If I didn't meet her, I would have never done any of that stuff.
Probably wouldn't get married.
Ever.
Yeah.
Probably not.
And like you said also, like as much as she put on to me, I did for her. Like sneakers and just other outlooks of life. Because she was so serious. Like she always had fun, but then she was always guarded. I feel like it kind of let her guard down when I came along. And I mean, she always talk about that now because now she doing the influencing thing. Yeah, she wouldn't have done that.
And I think it's because women have to seriously do, when guys can get 50% effort in something, women have to get 100% effort in something to even get recognized for anything that they do.
Yeah.
So they're always working much harder than we are. And let's just be honest. If I'm putting 75% in shooting a basket with Bryce, she's 100% teaching him how to shoot.
Yeah.
And it's because that's what they do. So I feel like women, you have to put them out that element of always being so serious and, putting a little fun and joking and just bringing that to the light. I think that's what men give to women. Like, we can make something funny that's not supposed to be funny.
Cause I watch her when she doing the stuff. Like I can help her. I like shoot the stuff. I give her ideas and stuff like that. But it's like all her. Like she puts everything into it. And I saw her do this like with the drinks. she was just doing it during the pandemic, and now she done blossomed.
Right.
And along the way, I'm just watching. I'm like, look at her, like, let's go to the room.
But see, that's the difference. And that kind of stuff, I say this, that kind of stuff motivates me more than it does anything for her. And I've seen it like with Brittany, I see it with Bailey, I see it with Kaylin. It's like I wouldn't even be doing Simple Pour if it wasn't for Kay. Mm-hmm. And I still like sometimes I wonder like, hell, if I just gave this to her, what it would be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we do stuff, sometimes we do stuff and we doing it, but we think we putting effort into it. Man, get that to your lady and see what they do.
Case in point, like I'm a Poor Horseman pod, and we prior to her, like I was telling LP, like, this is just a hobby. Like I'm not trying to. I told him always from the jump, if it becomes an obligation, I don't want to do it. Yeah. Like I don't want to do this shit.
We said
I told him, I was like, bro, I don't. If it
becomes a job,
yeah. If it's not fun,
if it's not fun,
in that headspace, I felt like trying to make it like monetize it would make me go that route.
Yeah,
but watching her do the influencing and stuff, it made me like still I can have fun with it and I have a blast with it, but at the same time, I'm starting to see like I can put in efforts and stuff like that. Like I brought in John because I knew, like, I've been knowing him since I was 18, but I seen him what he was doing with the camera, and I was like, I know
that's a hell of a pickup.
I know he can like take this up to a next level. And then LP starts seeing it and all that. He told me one time, he was like, man, yeah, she was the best thing to happen to you. Because I was like, I ain't had that headspace like trying to make things go another route. I'm in the group chat like trying to make moves and shit. Hey, we can do this, we can do that. And he kind of be like, man, you trying to take my job. I'm like, nah, now I see what you was talking about and I'm with it. But at the same time, I'm still having fun. And if it don't feel like fun, I still got that mindset like I'm out. Like, right. Bro, I don't want to be cracked like, that bully shit. Yeah,
man, they give you that kick in the ass sometimes where it's like, and sometimes it don't even have to be regarding the situation you in. It don't have to be about the pie. It don't have to be about this or that. It's just like you seeing what they doing, and it's like women will drop nuggets on you sometimes that you not even prepared to take. Like, oh, you watch how she just finessed this, and it's like, dang, it's okay.
We all hoops.
taking stuff off your plate. Man, I lost my job before we closed on this house.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
and everything was clockwork. Don't worry about it. Take some time off. Gather yourself. You'll find some when you're ready to find something.
And bruh,
how many women?
That is a big ordeal because like people don't be realizing how much in the headspace we,
especially as a man.
Yeah, because the mental capacity now is like everyone is getting into that mental mind space of a man now because now people care.
Yeah,
people hold stuff in so many times and then just on the loose end just either die, kill himself, or just lose their shit.
Right.
And then they be wondering like, what happened and all that. Well, motherfuckers, you was chastising me verbally because I wasn't getting stuff done. And, that's what happened. But now people are being sensitive about it. And now that, if you got a woman behind you and that can take that off your plate and allow you to gather yourself and tell you, verbally, get your stuff together. That's a great feeling.
Take this, bro. And she was pregnant. Take some time.
Hey, man, we're gonna get Bailey on here because I'm gonna tell you this. Just on that. If Caitlin lost her job tomorrow, first thing I'm doing is deducting her income from the house, and I'm already like, God, what? You know what I'm saying? And I'm stressed, and it's crazy because I'm the type to always tell Kay like, man, it's gonna work itself out. And cause she'll do this, she'll stress out like weeks and months and years after this one situation. She's already looking at 2 years from now. Like,
how we gonna pay for that? And the funny thing is,
it's day one.
Right. And the funny thing is, I already know she's probably stressing, but she didn't put that on me because she already knows my mental space when that happened. And she was like, you know what? Take some time off. she said, we took like 2 trips. We're going to take some trips, knowing we had no income coming in, but she knew that's what's going to help me get to where I need to be. And just like stuff like that, you know, you got a good lady.
Man, look, they in a different headspace, man.
Sure.
So we just like I said, all we can do is continue to just thank these ladies because, like you said, man, if some of these situations were the other way around, I think I'd be terrified.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like I really would, and that's not even my MO because
because you can still have it, but it's just like the stress of it, like
right.
the thought alone could just like overwhelm you and make you just like go away from what you normally like. You know, you normally
Depression
be.
Is real.
If you kind of chill and you calm and stuff. And that stress, and they see that stress, and you got 2 young daughters, so you know now if you tense or you know if Nene is just like doing something she ain't supposed to do, and you kind of snap at her,
right?
You know that just disrupts the house
all day today.
Yeah, it disrupts the house. You know what I'm saying? And for her, if she see me and I'm kind of tense, like I can be at times tense, like just kind of just being out of it. But if I'm like all the way tense, like just leave me alone, shut down, and it disrupts the house.
It don't help nothing.
It don't help.
And that's where, like I said, that's where we have to applaud our women because, bro, I say this: if I lost my job tomorrow, my stress level, because like you said, now I got 2 kids. So what you saying with Bailey and her, like telling you like, hey, it's gonna be fine. Like take your time. Bro, do you know, like, as a man, just hearing that, it don't always help everything. Like, it don't help everything in us.
Yeah.
But it helps enough to be able to say, okay, maybe we gonna make it through this.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, man, like, once you have kids in place, once you have just a significant other
right,
that you feel like I'm somewhat responsible for, bro, like that pressure and that weight, man,
but
it takes a strong
and
woman.
to bring it back around to what we initially talked about, like for B and I talking about us, I feel like my pops shaped me for that. Because
let's talk about your pops.
My dad played for the Raiders like a year and a half before he blew up his knee. And he went to HBCU, All-American, all that stuff. He was a linebacker. My dad's 6'5", in his prime, he was 6'5", 260, solid. Like if you see my little brother Jared, he got his built.
Yeah.
Like, but he got his hairline. But he got his built. Like he is.
Jared going.
Yeah. I tell him that all the time. I got my mama here, so shout out to my mama. But I also got the metabolism too, because but
you like sweets.
Yeah,
I like my sweets.
And so, like my dad, like growing up and watching my dad, my mom never worked a day. Like she stopped working, I think, when I came along. She moved down from Detroit a year before I came. And like my dad, even though he was the only one working, my mom ran the house. Mm-hmm. Like she ran everything. And then my mom was a pastor too. And back in the day, like in the 90s and stuff, women pastors was frowned upon, especially in Kojic.
Still now.
Yeah, I mean, still now, but like in Kojic, I seen it firsthand where literally as a young boy, I was ready to fight a pastor because he talked down on my mom, in front of me.
At the church?
Like pretty much, because she was telling him like she's about to go on a route, and he was kind of like an asshole to her. You got me fucked. I'm a mama's boy for real. Like you got me messed up. And they had to get me back in order. But my dad was worse. My dad was worse though, but in the same sense, he never took it to the point where like I'm stepping up to be a knight in shining armor. I got her. She's gonna handle her own. But I saw that and I'm like, okay, I see like now with me and her, I see where I get it from. I get it from my pops because like my mom is only 5'4", and me and my brothers, we feared her more than him.
That's,
you know what I'm saying? And so just growing up in that household, it kind of shaped me in the world that we live in now. Like, not to put you out there, like you were saying, females, it's women, and it's not even ego shit to like say, this is to help you out. Like, they don't like hearing females. So to say that is like I get that from my pops because I know I'm adapting to the way of life about being for our women because that's what we're here for, really. Yeah. And so a lot of that ego shit comes from like you could have been like females, you know what I'm saying? But that ego not there. Yeah. And that's what a lot of dudes mess up at because they get that ego and then they don't want to shape themselves to how they supposed to be getting shaped. And then, fuck around and get fucked up. That's why some people be emasculated from they woman, making more than them or bent or proposing. We already got that. But like just having that dynamic to where your woman is a partner. Yeah. That shit ain't gonna never shape no more. Like that shit should be extinct like dinosaurs. Yeah. Like
do people really get intimidated by
it's hot as shit.
Yeah, it's humid out here.
And that light ain't helping.
But do people really get intimidated by their lady making more money?
Yeah, I would say 1,000%. It depends on the ego.
I just
it
feel
depends
like,
on the pride.
Because I feel like we've all been in a situation where, man, I remember my very first job. Now let's not say my very first job. I'll say my job to where I started saying, okay, I'm making a little bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And being able to do for myself, being able to buy whatever I want to, live on my own, do whatever I want to, like nothing. Like I didn't
call
worry.
Niggas brokies.
Oh yeah, well you can say yeah, you broke. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying, where you at a point where you can do whatever you want to do and not have to worry about any repercussions. You can still pay your bills, right?
Yeah.
And now I feel like because Bailey works so hard, she's at the position where she's at now. And for me to be intimidated by her hard work would be disrespectful to her. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just uplifting. Like it makes you want to do more.
Yeah. And that right there depends on the guy because it should motivate us because we seeing firsthand what they doing. And instead of being in your feelings and like, God, man, she making more than me. Like man, use that as motivation. Like, okay, I see what she doing. She working hard.
Y'all ever seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah.
Like we watch that movie all the time. Her favorite scene is when the bride walk out on the water and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing that I get from it is old boy getting upset because she hiding stuff that she buy for herself and then emasculates him. I was like, man, that dude is a peon. You know what I'm saying? I could never just like, I don't understand dudes to each his own. Cause I try to go out here really not judging nobody. Yeah. Thank you, Lord, for that win. I needed that. But I try not to like go out here judging people at all. But when I like every time I watch that movie, I be like, I just wonder in his headspace, like, why did he feel so like
I think it's cultural too.
But I think it's cultural to age. I know people that really like not like personal people, but I've seen it. Like, we all on Twitter and shit, social media. And it really be dudes out here like they'll leave their woman or something. Thank you so much. God damn. I feel like a deacon. The book of Deuteronomy. But like I don't understand that whole aspect. Like I said about running, is everybody's gonna cross that line once you cross that line, and it's gonna feel glorious. Even if you run a 1600 and you got through that whole is that race, you won. No matter where you placed, you won.
And no matter where any and everybody around you placed.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
The
because
competitive drive, you want to win. But look at the win in the win. I finished.
I finished. And that's like we keep talking about pride and all that stuff. That I think that's one of the biggest things because we all are built to be competitive. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you look at we all in the same race. And that race could just be, we want to be happy. We want to be established. We want our families to be set. But man, salute your guy who's finished. He might have finished this race. Mm-hmm. Man. You know what I'm saying? But that shouldn't bring any feelings up in you that are ill will or anything like that. Man, use that as motivation. All right, look, my race not finished. I got to get back out here. I got to get on the grind. I got to keep going, man. And honestly, God rewards that kind of stuff, man. Like you saluting your partners, your family, your friends, all that for the stuff that they doing, man. God see that. You know what I'm saying? I hate to get deacon on you, but he do.
What's the phrase? Good things never happen to haters.
Yeah,
that's all it's about. Like you always, like I tell her all the time, like I try.
Like that was from DMX. Who said that quote?
I think I made it up.
that was mine.
Okay.
You know, if MySpace was still out, that could have been your little line right there. Okay.
But it's like, I feel like I try and motivate her to, sometimes I feel like she doesn't know her value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she might think, oh yeah, this is good, but I know you could be where that your boss is.
Yeah.
Because you do exactly what your boss does and you have the skill and you have all the knowledge. So I think I'm here to push her as much as she's here to push me.
Yeah. And sometimes you just got to hear that. Sometimes you got to hear that opposing opinion. Hell, sometimes it be y'all in the chat. Like I'll say some work stuff in the chat just on the strength. And B will be the first one like, man, hell nah.
Don't do
like,
that.
You need to do this. And sometimes it could seem harsh coming in or like, man, that seemed so extravagant.
Like why
but you gotta take what you can from that and say, okay,
because I know
I can't do that unless I know like tomorrow I'm gonna be out the door.
Yeah.
But I can take that and say, all right, man,
it's
maybe I need to speak up and say
right.
something, or maybe I need to go another avenue, another route into making this known. And so sometimes you need that push, whether it's from your lady, it's from your friends, like. You just need to hear another point of view sometimes. And our ladies, and we all got strong women around us. It's a great thing to have that in your corner.
Right,
because,
absolutely.
Like by ourselves, man, sometimes we just, like I always say, sometimes we just get comfortable in the situations that we in, whether it be work stuff, whether it be around the house. Like once you get married and y'all in the crib and now it's not new anymore, sometimes you can find yourself just comfortable.
Right.
She do this, and this. And you don't even bother to attempt to try to help with that because she do it so well and she does it.
Me.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's what we are here to grow. We are here to get better. And we are here to just hear each other out and see like bits and pieces from each person. Like,
right,
what is B doing that? Shoot, I'm not doing at the crib. What is KC doing? And so we just gotta keep getting better, man.
Yeah, don't have that mindset. We all competitive, but that mind space, like why he got it, or some people like I feel like if you have that mindset, it's never gonna be beneficial.
No.
But especially if you carry it into your relationship as well. It's just a downfall from there. And I stay the hell away from that. Even, random niggas that I don't even know.
So I got a question for you. What has Brittany, okay, now you moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
What had, let's some dissension in here. What do you do that gets on her nerves that you would do single KC at his house? And what does she do? And you be like, girl, why are you doing this?
Well, I say for me, one thing she always get on me for is like leaving shit open. Like a door open or
in the
cabinet
crib?
open. Yeah, like I always just like I get something and just, forget to or pull a chair out, forget to put it back in. Cause she's like very, like I said, detail oriented. And
the house is always staged.
Yeah, like she's a very tidy.
That pantry
she's very
was
tidy, and I'm tidy. I'm tidy. She's organized. Like I never did that. Like I was tidy. Like I came when I had my own townhouse. Like I was tidy, but it wasn't like that.
Like that.
my cabinets. You want to go get a bowl, you got to move a plate out the way. You know what I'm saying? I
think I'm
shit.
Organized.
But her organization is through the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, that aspect. And then, what else? Just scheduling. Like, I always going to have that bout with that because I just feel like that puts me in a hole. I'm down in the hole from the jump. Y'all told me this was at 7. No lie. Y'all told me this was at 7. I got to the house at, like 5:40, and I had to go to the bathroom. And then after going to the bathroom, I had to take a shower.
Oh yeah, so you been high since?
And I knew this was a 40-minute drive. So I'm like, damn, man, I'm probably not gonna make it, because I told y'all in the chat, I was like, yo, this nigga live out in Pluto. I don't know how this traffic gonna help. But I made it on time, because I was already in my mind space, man. If I'm late, I'm gonna be pissed. But
us too.
So yeah, that's like that carries in the house. Sometimes we kind of butt heads on schedules and stuff like that. But for her, it's probably that, like her reaction to what I do. That's probably my own thing. So, but yeah, I talked about Jared having my dad's build and his hairline, but I got my dad's sweat glands. So yeah, that's why I'm up here melting. Shit don't make it better. That light.
Well, shoot. What's your final thoughts, man? What would you tell not only the fathers, but even the
guys thinking about marriage,
the guys thinking about settling down, man, from your point of view?
You see that sign, just take it. Don't
run from it.
Don't run from it, and also don't try to psych yourself out. Like I never had second thoughts, like, at all, but I feel like those who try to like get married and then wait that period of time, they'll find something to try to psych themselves out.
Yeah,
an excuse.
Yeah.
And I never did that. I never gave myself the opportunity. Not that I was looking for it, but I just knew from the jump. Like I'll tweet or talk about it. I can't wait to say I do on 2/12/22. I mean, that's bars in itself right there, but I didn't even try to do that. That's how you know I'm kind of like real heavy in this freestyle shit.
Yeah.
But nah, just I got a definitive mind. Like once my mind is made up, I know I'm all the way fully invested. And if you want to take that and run with it, then there you go. So,
thank you for coming on. You dropped some knowledge.
I dropped some sweat too.
We was able to tackle some good topics. Like I said, we're proud of you. I know how excited you were when Keelan moved down here. You screaming from the rooftops, letting us all know.
And that part too. Before we close up, I feel like that shit don't change. Like I'm still excited for him to go into high school. And I can see like what he took from here, he's gonna take there,
right? And
I'm gonna hold him to it because we already had that talk. But I mean, the door is not closed. Of course, I'm still gonna be working for it. But he just know that I'm in his corner. His mom, me and her got a good relationship, and like I tell her all the time, we tag team partners in this. So we still got to work on it, and I just feel like he's gonna go up there and be as great as he can possibly be because I groomed him like that.
Absolutely,
yes, sir.
Absolutely. KB,
like B said, man, we appreciate KSea coming on and hanging out with us. I'm actually excited because the first time we had you and Phil on, like we ain't had the right audio and all that stuff, so. It's great to have you back on and be able to kind of tackle some of this stuff and see the growth from just months ago
right
to today. And we happy. I know I speak for me, B, and Jones. Man, anything we can do,
for sure,
we there to do it. And we gonna toast out, man. That's how we do it. Episode 38.